Traveling is a means to success. Do subscribe Travel and Taste channel and like videos. For further videos, stay connected. Top traditional Iraqi foods and dishes to try when you are in Iraq. Iraqi cuisine is one of the oldest in the world. Some tablets found in ancient Iraqi monuments that date back to the Babylonians show recipes for preparing food in temples during religious holidays. However, modern Iraqi food is mostly inspired by Persian and Turkish cuisine, as the Ottoman Empire had a big influence over that region. In this compilation, we have tried to include the most authentic Iraqi food possible. Timman Bagilla. Timman Bagilla, also known in neighboring Iran as Bagali polo, is a rice dish that is made with fresh fava beans and dill, which is typical of Iraqi cuisine. It is served as a single dish and can be garnished with meat, usually fried chicken or lamb chops. It is also very common to accompany it with a refreshing Turkish yogurt side, called jajik or kakik. The dish is mainly cooked in spring and summer when fresh beans are abundant on the market shelves. Hummus. This internationally popular, beige-colored spread is traditionally made with mashed chickpeas, tahini sesame paste, lemon juice, and garlic. People across the world love hummus for its tangy flavor and the fact that it is filled with nutrients. When served, it is typically dressed with a drizzle of olive oil, and is then used as a dip for vegetables or a flavorful filling for flatbreads such as pita. Even today, not much is known about its origins, although the earliest mention of hummus dates back to 13th century Egypt. Sfiha. Natives choose sfiha as great food for breakfast and appetizers too. People often call it Arab pizza, and it was born in the Arabian Peninsula and the Levant. This recipe spread to many other countries, such as Brazil when Levantine migrants arrived in South America. Yummy flatbreads with the size of an adult hand will be topped with minced mutton or lamb that brings tenderness and enticing flavor to the pizza. The chef will add tomatoes, local spices, and pine nuts. Margat Bamia. Moving to one of Iraqi's most loved stews, Margat Bamia is an okra and lamb stew made with tomato sauce as a base. One of the essential ingredients that distinguish Iraqi Bamia from other okra-based stews is the addition of citric acid. The lamb cut commonly used for the dish is ribs and shank. However, you can use any part that is close to the bone. It's usually served with white basmati rice and salad, but it can also be served with small pieces of warmed and bread on the bottom, which Iraq's call Tashreeb Bamia, or soaked okra. Klecha. As mentioned in many poems and books throughout history, Iraq was and is still known for producing high-quality dates that are not found anywhere else in the world. As a matter of fact, most date farms across the world, from Saudi Arabia to Western countries, took their pollen from Iraqi palm trees to try to replicate that high-quality date crop. So, it's no wonder that Iraqis use their treasured natural resource in their diet. Pacha. This is a dish that might sound bizarre, but you will change your mind once you try it. Pacha is a traditional Iraqi dish made with stuffed lamb heads, intestines, and legs, with small pieces of meat. It can also be made with those from a calf or cow. All the parts are cleaned well and heavily seasoned with salt, cinnamon, cardamom, dried lime, and other Iraqi local spices. Although an Iraqi dish, it's very common to find it in Syria and the Gulf countries as well. It is usually consumed for breakfast by laborers. Falafel. Just as other nations of the Middle East do, Iraq enjoys falafel. However, it's a bit different from your traditional falafel sandwich. The bread used is known locally as samoon, which is a yeast bread baked in a traditional stone oven and has a unique diamond-looking shape. Moreover, instead of tahini sauce, in Iraq a local amber sauce is used, a tangy mango pickle condiment. Iraqi torshi, pickles made with date vinegar, and any salad are served alongside. Also, some people like to serve fried vegetables, for example French fries, eggplant, and cauliflower, but these are optional. Tashreeb. Tashreeb is a term that may denote various dishes that consists of a bread topped with a different combination of ingredients. The base of the dish is made with Iraqi flatbread, and it usually comes topped with versatile stews that incorporate meat, chickpeas, beans, and various spices. The dish is typically enjoyed as a communal meal, and the guests usually tear the bread, place it on the plate, and then ladle the stew over it. Tradition suggests using the bread to scoop the stew, rather than utensils. Makhlama. Another very popular breakfast in Iraq, Makhlama is basically a large skillet of fried eggs, tomatoes, onions, and heavily spiced diced lamb, which you eat by scooping it up with pieces of warm Iraqi tandoor bread and enjoyed with a warm cup of Iraqi tea, known locally as chai. Quzi. Quzi is an Iraqi and Qatari dish that is prepared with rice and a whole roasted lamb. The lamb is occasionally stuffed with nuts, raisins, and various spices before it is roasted or cooked in underground ovens. The dish is seasoned with cinnamon, cardamom, and baharat, an aromatic blend of spices, and it is served on a bed of rice. Iraqi Kebab. Kebab is an indispensable dish in the list of Iraqi lunch recipes. There is much controversy about the origin of kebab, as Iraqis and Middle Easterners claim that kebab is their invention. However, this grilled recipe appeared in Iraqi cookbooks in the 9th century. Iraq has various kebabs made of different meat varieties, like lamb, mutton, or other red meat. The most common version is spiced ground lamb grilled over charcoal. You will love the softness and subtle flavor of the kebab. Shorbat Rumman. Shorbat Rumman is a product of the tradition of incorporating sweet ingredients into savory dishes of Iraqi cuisine. There is much controversy about its origin, as many argue that it is an Iranian food specialty, while others think it's from Iraq. Shorbat Rumman is also known as pomegranate soup when the chef uses the juice and succulent pomegranate seeds to make this food. In addition, the taste of the soup is more robust with the appearance of split peas and a little mince. Maqluba. This delicious recipe with lamb, rice, and fried vegetables is not missed. A few other variations would use aubergine, potato, or cauliflower. This fantastic food looks like a birthday cake when created from a pot. The exact origin is unknown, but Maqluba appeared in the Baghdad cookery book in the 13th century. The name Maqluba means upside down, which describes how the dish is served. Qeimeh. Although originally an Iranian dish, Iraqis love Qeimeh. It is a stew consisting of diced mutton, tomatoes, split peas, onion, and dried lime. Unlike the Iranian version, the Iraqi take on the dish is not garnished with fried eggplant or French fries, and it is usually served with white basmati rice, as is most the Iraqi food. The dish is also associated with religious occasions in Iraq, when the dish is cooked in large batches and donated to those in need. Kubba Hamuth. Translated as sour kubba, Kubba Hamuth is a sour turnip and Swiss chard soup with meat-stuffed dumplings. It is traditionally cooked in the rainy season, the reason for which is unknown to this day. It could be due to the soup being so rich in ingredients that it warms you up fast. Mosul Kubba. Kubba is known across the Middle East, especially in Lebanon and Syria. It is ground meat stuffed dumplings made mainly with minced rice and is usually served as an appetizer. However, the Iraqi take on it is quite unique. Unlike other types of kubba, Mosulian kubba is cooked as one whole big circle and cut into triangles, just like a pizza. The outer shell is made from bulgur and is not deep fried. Rather, it is boiled. The stuffing is very rich in flavor owing to the mixture of spices and crushed pine nuts. Topped with pomegranate molasses, it has a great sweet taste. It is served with vegetables and pickles on the side. The good news is that it can be found frozen in Western markets and across the world. However, it is not the same as when freshly made. Halawa Dhin. Dihin is a traditional Iraqi sweet originating from Najaf, where it is usually sold at street markets. It has a fudge-like texture and consists of flour, milk, sugar, clarified butter, and date syrup. Before serving, dihin is traditionally sprinkled with desiccated coconut. The dessert is named after the clarified butter used in its preparation, called dihin. Torshana. Torshana or Quzi is a sweet and sour gravy made with dried apricots and prunes. It is mainly cooked with some sort of meat, usually lamb. However, there is no exact recipe for torshana. You can play around with the ingredients, increasing the acidity or sweetness. You can add raw almonds, or you can cook it without meat vegan style, making it a great option for people on a plant-based diet. It is served with basmati rice as a side dish. Bagila Bil Dihin. Bagila Bil Dihin is one of the most popular and traditional breakfasts in Iraq. It is basically dried broad beans, soaked in water overnight, and cooked slowly until they are soft. It's served with a small cut of tandoor bread on the bottom, which soaks up all the rich and delicious flavor, then topped with an omelette-style fried egg and hot sizzling oil, usually clarified butter. It is also common to garnish the dish with fresh lemon juice and sprinkle some dried steaks, which is optional. Iraqi Dolma. A well-loved recipe among most diners is dolma. This vegetable-stuffed meat recipe will make you addicted. Dolma mashi is the most famous version of Iraq, where the meat is stuffed in onions. It is a good choice for the main course or appetizer. This traditional dish has many variations in regions, such as Central Asia, the Middle East, the Balkans, and Turkey. Masgouf. Masgouf is a fish dish eaten all around Iraq and often referred to as the national dish of the country. The fish used to prepare masgouf is usually freshwater carp, which is butterflied, marinated, set on skewers, then grilled next to an open fire. To give it a crispy exterior, the fish is commonly covered with salt before cooking, while the marinating step may be omitted if the fish is fresh and of good quality. Although it is eaten throughout Iraq, the dish is especially popular in cities along the river Tigris. Instruction before eat: check food is halal or haram. To subscribe Travel and Taste channel and like videos. For further videos, stay connected.